So what we're going to see is the most shocking news today. Boeing announced it is giving buyout to all its employees, and the total number of Boeing employees are 161,000. So it is actually not something very small. It's in some way very serious. So which website shall we study? Which journals? I don't want to go to that website. Fortune, maybe. I choose Bloomberg. Okay. So now Boeing weighs wide-body jet cuts, plans buyout on new reality. CEO sees risk that virus will weaken aircraft demand for years. Okay. Plane maker assesses production outlook as airline spark jets. So we already know Boeing actually shut down production for some of its plants, and it's planning to resume production by the next week. Uh, so let's see what this is about. A Boeing company is offering employee buyouts and weighing additional savings measures such as new output cuts as the coronavirus pandemic threatens to depress aircraft sales for years. While the company has yet to alter production plans, it's taking a closer look at the manufacturing rates for wide-body. They already had plans to reduce the 787 production this year. The world emerges from the pandemic. The size of the sorry, the commercial market and the types of products and services for our customers will likely be different. So yeah, that's acceptable. Uh, so that's a whooping big number, 161,000. The move will preserve much needed cash at Boeing. Okay, so to give a bit of background on this, Boeing has been losing money for various reasons, and Boeing needs to save its cash. So earlier, there has been some kind of proposal from the US government that they will buy some part of the shares in Boeing, but Boeing did not agree. Boeing was not willing to hand over some part of the company to the US government. They don't want to lose that kind of control. But amidst this, the coronavirus pandemic, we see so they say there are about 44% of the planes in storage. So when something is in storage, you can expect that when all this is over, only the storage will be getting cleared for new demand. It is going to take some time. So there is a lot of stuff about the supplier cut, whatever the details of the problem are. This is not why we are here. I'm more trying to understand what a buyout means. So let's focus on that. For employees, because based on this, we are going to see an influx of Boeing employees in the market looking for other jobs, which means people who are generally finding other jobs are now going to have a very tough competition, and the number of jobs that are coming up in the market and staying in the market for a long time are going to be less, which means the market is going on a downtrend in terms of salaries. A lot of people available, but less jobs available. So it is an impact for anybody aircraft related. An employee buyout is when an employer offers select employees a voluntary severance package. So that's like a voluntary retirement package where they will give you some money to leave. The package usually includes benefits and pay for a specified period of time, and may also refer to a restructuring strategy in which employees buy major stake in their own firm. So when you want to understand terminology about all these things like finance related, you actually can rely on this website, Investopedia. It's really a good website. It gives the data straight to the point. Disclosure, I have no endorsement with them. I'm not an affiliate marketer, so it's not that kind of video that I'm trying to post. I'm just trying to understand what employee buyouts are, but as we just went through, it means they are trying to make some kind of deal with the employees where they'll receive some compensation now, and they are going to leave because salaries are the most important cost for tech companies. Now, employee buyers that are offered a severance via an EBO must balance the value of the severance payments with overall job prospects. So, this is all that we already saw. But now, what we need to understand is Boeing is telling all of its 1,61,000 employees all around the world to leave if they want, taking a compensation. Now, who's going to do that? Who's going to voluntarily leave a job, even if you're going to get a severance package? Very less, right? Arguably, it's going to be less. So, why will someone choose this? So, let's see what will happen if someone doesn't take a buyout. So, what if employees don't choose buyout? Boeing. Let's go searching. So the problem is actually in the wide body jets area. Even Airbus is suffering a similar problem, but they've just not taken much steps about it. Even Europe is actually affected very, very badly compared to the US. But we really do not know stats about what's happening to Airbus. That's a topic for a different video. So they say buyouts to cut workforce. Okay, let's see what this says. Seattle Times. This is more relevant to what Boeing is doing because Boeing is based in Seattle. With the airline business staggered by the coronavirus pandemic, Boeing Commercial Airplanes boss told employees that the company must reduce its workforce to ensure our business is more closely aligned to the realities of a different sized commercial market. Deal's message makes clear he is trying to stave off involuntary layoffs and also strongly suggests that cuts in aircraft production rates are likely. Boeing remains the largest. Okay. Again, I'm going to try a different statement. What happens when employees don't take voluntary buyout? Should you accept a buyout offer? Yeah, this is something that I'd like to see. When the employees offer voluntary buyouts, usually when they want to reduce the workforce by a sizable amount without having to do large scale layoffs. Sacking a lot of staff is bad for public relations and it can devastate morale among the remaining employees. But voluntary buyout lets the worker decide for themselves if they want to exit. Packages come in two flavors: regular buyouts, early retirement packages. The version made available to you will depend on the situation. But a buyout is a payoff for you to leave your employer voluntarily. The company may need to reduce overhead. So if a company is actually offering voluntary retirement for all of its 161,000 employees, that is really bad situation. Normally the employer arranges it so that the accepting a package lets you stay eligible for employment insurance. The package itself may contain salary and benefit components if a lump sum payment is included. Okay. Buyout offers some. When to consider a buyout? Your circumstance will decide whether you take or ignore a buyout offer. If you accept a buyout, want to work elsewhere, will your age be an impediment to getting hired? All that is fine. So finances, will the buyout leave you better? All that is okay. I am more interested about what will happen if I ignore the buyout. Waiting to see if you get downsized instead. So rather than accept a buyout, you could wait around and see what happens. Maybe you'll be able to keep your job, continue earning a paycheck. The risk is that voluntary buyouts are followed by mass terminations. So this is what I was trying to understand. So all the 161,000 employees now are offered voluntary buyout, which means they get some kind of a compensation to leave the company now, go look for another job, or go enjoy your retirement, depending on what stage of your career you are. But if you say no, it is possible that the company will start mass terminations. So when the company will start mass terminations, there's going to be a privileged number of people who are not going to be affected on the first second wave, but eventually everyone is going to have problem. But a lot of people are going to lose their job without even a compensation. So right now you leave with compensation, later you leave without a compensation. Both are bad for the job market. But right now, because this has been announced, it is almost like Boeing telling its employees, start looking elsewhere. So if Boeing is telling this, is your industry affected? Is your job affected? Is your next job affected? Are you in the job market searching for jobs? This is all for you to consider. And if you have questions about any particular topic like that, which you want to look for answers, send me uh, an inbox, and I will try to see what I can find out, and I will share the experience in a similar manner.